I now call to order the Thursday, December 4th IT and Equalization Committee meeting to order. I trust you've had an opportunity to read the minutes of November 6, 2025. If so, I entertain a motion to approve those minutes. So moved. Motion by Commissioner Collins, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Well, same sign. We've approved the minutes of November 6. On to information technology, finance report.
You will find the IT division of the capital fund in your packet. You will see that we have various projects currently open, and you have a balance for future projects in the amount of $143,584. I will attempt to answer any questions.
Any questions of the finance report? Mr. Tillotson.
Well, essentially, excuse me, if they're not finished, then they would continue, but we do have another 2026 capital plan that will go into effect with programming. With the IT division, a lot of this does keep moving every year, like computer replacements, things like that.
Any more questions of the finance report? Hearing none, we've moved along to IT report. Director Ricker.
Good afternoon. And just to touch on that a little more, the three projects that are listed there, the computer replacement one, that one will be scheduled to be closed out probably at the next month's IT committee. We're just waiting for the final invoices to be all done and everything. The other two, yes, those are ones that will carry over into the next year and until those leases are all done and everything. Other than that, we don't have anything else really going on for the remaining of the year. So if there's any other questions, I'll be happy to try to answer those.
Any questions of the IT report? Hearing none, thank you so much, Director Ricker. We have moved along to our communications report. As Jennifer gets to the chair, she was busy with a lot of festivities recently that she'll give us an update on.
Yes. The report is in your packet, and I'm just going to cover a couple of highlights. On the website, we did see a bit of a spike in users over the last month. And anytime I see anything that's different, I try to dig into it to kind of figure out what's going on. The first thing that caught my attention was our top search term, and we quickly realized that was related to the Skelton case. As you see, the top search term was Glacier. I'm on the one that says website overview, Gwen. Sorry. Go up, 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 up. Oh, it may not have gotten attached. Sorry, that's my bad. And on there too, normally our mobile users outpace our desktop users, and this last month desktop was significantly higher, and that's just usually related to journalism searches. So that went up a little bit. On social media, our followers have significantly increased over the last month, and I looked into it compared to last year at this time, we saw a 19% increase. A lot of that work is being done by Quentin, who is now doing a lot of our interaction on a daily basis and sharing things to our stories and reels and things of that nature. And we're getting a lot of new followers off of that. All of our metrics were up across the board, as you can see down there, especially our video numbers. I dug into that because that was a much higher number than what we usually see each month. And when you look at compared to last year, it was significantly higher. It was like 18,000% higher. Part of that is we only had 133 video views last year in November, and this because we weren't pushing out to Facebook and on our meetings, so that was part of it. The other part is even if you look back to previous months, it was a lot higher, and that was due to November's criminal justice meetings and both of the Bridging the Gap meetings in November both had significant viewership. We had over 23,000 viewers on all of our meetings in November. Everything else in this is pretty much par for the course. I did want to share about the Christmas tree lighting or holiday tree lighting. I did print these off this morning and look at them. We had so far already over 27,000 views on that video. During the actual live, we got up over 130 at any given point in time, and a lot of people were commenting and talking to each other. During the so far, just interactions on that one video, we've had 743. And that includes, like shares and comments. So quite a bit. How people found the content, I found this interesting. About 85% just found it in their feed. But we had some that actually went to our page to look for it. We had about almost 4% coming off the reels because it automatically turns it into a reel. And then a little over 1% were from groups. So a lot of people will sometimes share the live into the different Facebook groups, and then people will find them in there. As far as who viewed our content, the top viewer was women over the age of 65 at 24.5%. So very interesting. I found it interesting. That's all I have.
And you can't pinpoint exactly who viewed it the most? Like, we can't tell if Mr. Van Dorn watched
No, I
video the most at home? Okay.
during the live, I can see who joins as they're joining, especially, it depends on their privacy settings, but especially if they're commenting and things like that, I can see it come in. I did do a couple things different this year, learning from past years. One is I learned this year how to preset the live event. So I created a Facebook event for the tree lighting, and in there I scheduled a live stream. And so a couple things that did is, one, it allowed me the opportunity to type all of the things in when I was warm and in my office and could see very clearly, and I'm not on a little phone with mittens. So that avoided some spelling errors that we have had in the past. The other thing is people could see that it was coming and that we were going to live stream, which I think helped a little bit. The other thing is that I also this year brought a tripod, which also helped and reduced on the shaking of the video as it's very cold out there, but it went very well.
Thank you. Outstanding work. I saw you, Mr. Collins.
In the live stream, did you happen to catch this individual who was wearing just a suit?
I did.
Just curious.
It was very visible.
No comment? Can you explain, we had the graph up there, the pie chart of, I think it's the devices and their origins. Can
Yeah.
you explain that to the viewers at home?
So are you talking about in the right-hand side?
Correct.
Where people are coming from? This used to be very important. You could pinpoint exactly where you were getting most of your traffic from. It is no longer a reliable data point at all. As you can see, our biggest one is through China. We are not getting the most nowadays, and you can probably explain this a little better with internet traffic and routing. And I know this, like, we purchase often sports packages to watch your favorite teams, and you will go to log on and it says you are blacked out and you're like, no, I'm not. They're playing in California. It's because it's seeing you as coming from a location you're not actually
Mhm.
in. So that's part of it. And part of it is all the things you see not set is based on privacy settings, but you also have these talking about data centers, server farms and things of that nature where traffic routes. Obviously China is one of them. A lot of times we see a big one in Ashland, Virginia. Do you know the other ones? Off the top of your head? No. But it's basically the way internet traffic routes now. It makes this very unreliable because it looks like people are coming from China and they're not really.
All right, thanks for the clarification. I'm
Sure.
sure folks saw that slide would have questions, so. Any additional questions for the communications report? No more questions of the communications report? Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for your outstanding work. Now on to equalization.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The report is not in the packet as I missed the deadline. But as far as our studies going, I've uploaded all that information into the state's website. I also sent the PDF files to the local assessors. So they're reviewing those before I actually submit on the state's website. They can see them from both to verify that what I sent them in the PDF from our database to what I uploaded into the state's database match. That I had to have to the assessors by the 1st of December is due to the state to submit it by the 30th of December. Tax bills went out on the 26th for those units that used our mailing service. We've been getting some questions as far as why it went up so much, even though they didn't notice the difference on their summer tax bill or anything, but so we're answering some of those questions. December border review is set for next Tuesday on the 9th for those jurisdictions that need to have it for the clerical errors and mutual mistakes. And then as far as our assessing, they're still out in the field working on the year-end sales and building permits. And then I'll be starting to run the personal property statements to send out for the 5 units we do the assessing for, and probably about at least 4 other ones when those units get those around. And they're due in January. And the CPI for this year is a 2.7%. So where last year was 3.1, the 2 years before that, it was up to the 5. So it's the CPI or 5%, whichever is less. So it's at 2.7 this year.
That's outstanding news. There's a lot of good news happening in this country, and gas prices and other inflationary trends are trending down. It's good to hear for working class folks. Thank you for the equalization report. Now on to other business. Our January meeting is on New Year's Day, and I've been informed that the courthouse will be closed, so we can't watch college football in here on the big screen. So we will have to work with staff on finding an alternative date for that. Still be in discussions. All right, now on to, we've arrived at public comment. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? All right, just making sure, no public comment. Thank you. With that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Collins, supported by Tillotson. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same.